Hi guys, so today in this episode or in this video I'm going to talk about how to, from my personal experience, have a more happier, fulfilling life. Okay, so first of all, the first thing that I want to mention is the idea that this video is not going to be about spirituality or mentality or anything related to that. It's a really practical video in which my goal is to actually give you practical advice in order to actually live a better life. And everything that I'm going to talk about, it is going to be from my personal experience, not going to be from other people telling something, or well, maybe other people say the same, but the point is that I'm not going to just say the same things that other people say because of the sake of saying what other people say. Yeah, that's the first point. Okay, so basically the first idea that I want to give is that life just like is, well, as you know, life is just like a sum of situations, of scenarios that you got in your life. So every day you got different situations. First you have breakfast, then you go to work, then you commute, then you go to work, then you commute, then you have lunch at home or dinner, then you go to gym, then you stay with your family. Then maybe on the weekend you go out, you meet friends, you do different things, right? So my point is that like in every single of that situations, so life is just like a sum of situations, accumulation of situations, like accumulation of experiences. So my point is that you're able to be more comfortable in those situations and in those experiences, and not only that, but also being able to, or being capable of making up more of the experiences and situations that make you more happy, then you are going to be more happy in life in general. So for example, if you can eat better food, then you're going to get a better experience. If you can hang out with people that you like more, then that's a better experience. If you can sleep more, then you are going to experience things better. So you can do actually things that are going to make you feel better and to be more fulfilled in life. If you have a work and you make good money and you can buy things that you want, you can do trips, you can have a good house, then that's going to make you better. Not saying that money does everything, but like just yeah, so just like life is a matter of situation. So my point is like you are able to be more comfortable in more situations in life, then you are going to be able to enjoy more life for what it is and not just being a slave of whether the situation makes you feel good or bad. But if you're actually able to become comfortable in uncomfortable situations, that is like probably the single most important skill in order to succeed and be satisfied in life. So the first point I want to make is that you need to start becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So you kind of are able to start pushing yourself to be in uncomfortable situations, and then you start to become comfortable in those situations, then you get a massive advantage of becoming also comfortable in any of the other situations of your life. By the way, when I mention uncomfortable situations, I don't really mean like risky or fatal, whatever, that kind of situation. I mean just like probably emotionally difficult situations, which also might be also risky situations in terms of like just like being in situations in which you can risk your life and stuff. That could be emotionally difficult, but not necessarily, right? So I mean, like for example, if you are with friends, in a circle of friends, and you are out in a party or in a club, and then you start to dance, which is something that maybe you don't do, and that's something that you do uncomfortably, you're not going to lose your life, right? You're not going to lose your life in that situation. Nothing bad is going to happen. The worst case scenario, people are going to laugh at you or point out that you are dancing bad or whatever, but you're not going to die, right? So that's what I mean uncomfortable situations. I don't mean like risky life risking situations. I just mean like emotionally uncomfortable situations. And if you are able to push yourself in that kind of situations, for example, the dancing thing, and you are able to handle that situation to the point that you're able to not just like not be uncomfortable, not feel bad, not feel emotionally bad, but like being okay with being emotionally bad, then that's a really big win. I mean, not just like dancing with friends, but also it could be like talking in English, or talking a foreign language to native speakers of that language. So, and even if your English is not really good, even if they don't understand you, you're able to push yourself and be in that situation, and being like comfortable in that uncomfortable situation, being gradually able to be comfortable in that uncomfortable situation, then you are going to be able in other situations which are easier to be more comfortable. For example, like if a friend introduces you a friend and you're not comfortable, because you are in that situation which is even harder, then you are able to deal with the other situation more easily. Yeah. For example, if you try to talk to people who are really different from you that you don't know, then that's kind of pushing yourself to the uncomfortable situations. You start like taking salsa lessons or surfing or any skill that you have never done before, then that's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And also, for example, do public speaking. So everything that's like kind of emotionally comfortable, and you're able to be able to resist in that situation and keep doing it, then that eventually is gradually going to make you more comfortable in those uncomfortable situations. But not only that, but also more willing to be uncomfortable in even more uncomfortable situations. So for example, you were talking to, let's say, like 10 people, and then you are more willing to talk to 20, as long as you are comfortable talking to 10, then gradually to 50, 100, 1000. So my point is that the more comfortable you are in uncomfortable situations, the more comfortable you are going to be in situations in life, and therefore you are going to be more comfortable in life, more comfortable with dealing with shit, crap situations in life. And that's probably the single most useful skill that you can have in life, to be, and not only that, not only like being uncomfortable, not only being like able to deal with uncomfortable situations, being kind of comfortable in that kind of situations, but also because you have been in those situations, try to maximize the outcome in those situations, and also gradually move to more comfortable situations. So for example, you are talking to English native speakers in English, you go out and you try to find English native speakers, because you are becoming more comfortable, you're able to deal with that situation better, but also maximize your results, so interact more, learn more words, express yourself better. And gradually, because you express yourself better, then it's not so uncomfortable, and because it is not so uncomfortable, you are willing to do it more, and because you are willing to do it more, then it also becomes more comfortable. So it's like a cycle, but you need to be willing to take the first step and feel really uncomfortable in the first place. So the ability of, from a really difficult position to get to a better position, or to an ideal position, that I think is the single most important skill that you can have in life. So if you are able to, from any kind of situation, get what you want to get, then that's probably the single best skill, because you got ownership on your life. And when you have ownership on your life, when you can do whatever you want, then you feel happy. Then when you are like just like not out of control, life is out of control, you are not doing what you want, when you are just like a slave of the circumstances, then you are not going to feel happy. I'm going to exemplify this with an example. So let's say there are two people, A and B, and the person A and B, they both are Spanish native speakers, and they want to learn English. They want to get to a really high level in English, both. But they start from the same level, to the point that they are uncomfortable talking to native speakers. They don't really understand them. Native speakers, they don't understand them as well. And they start from the exact same situation. However, in this case, the person A is like, when he finds himself in that situation, because he's trying to improve, he's just focused on improving and practicing. He's, every single time that he finds someone, or he just goes out to find people who talk in English, then he's willing to build that resilience of talking to people and gradually improve. And because he gradually improves, he also is more able to deal with more situations, more comfortable situations, and also people gradually understand them more. He eventually gradually is being understood more, and gradually his level of English is rising. It's becoming increasingly better, and to a point in the long run, he's able to. At some point, in the future, he's able to communicate perfectly with native speakers. Even native speakers think that he's a native speaker as well, and that kind of things. And he's also able to get to know more people, get better jobs, go on holidays to places that he wants, and be more comfortable abroad in other countries. Also, he's more likely to get better experiences because he knows more people. He's able to have more experiences in general, get to know more people, get more experiences. So in the long run, he's like getting more results out of life, and he's getting a better position out of life, despite being the short term or situationally uncomfortable. However, the other guy, B, starts in the same situation, but he does like a few interactions, and he starts to feel really bad because people didn't understand him. He felt like empty, whatever, and he stops. And years pass, and he couldn't get some jobs because of English. He couldn't get like really good experiences. He was uncomfortable going abroad, that kind of things. So because of the short-term pain, the other guy now, he's in a way better position than this guy a few years down the line. So my point is that the guy who had been able to deal with more uncomfortable situations to achieve a goal, he had been able to get to a better position in life in the long run. From my current definitions of how to become more happy, who you think would be like the happiest person and less happy person, like a prototype, not exactly the person, but a prototype person who would be like a stereotype of the most unhappy person, and who would be like the stereotype of the most happy person? Okay, so from what I said, like the prototype, the stereotype of the most unhappy person could be like a person, probably like, for example, a children that has everything. Like he doesn't need to worry about anything. He doesn't need to worry about cooking, cleaning, working, dealing with people, dealing with friends, nothing. He doesn't need to do anything. And because he doesn't need to do anything to deal with any situation which is for him uncomfortable or difficult, as soon as he gets out of that situation, or not even that, as soon as he doesn't get what he wants, he becomes really angry because he's not able to do any effort to achieve what he wants. He's not able to deal with uncomfortable situations for getting what he wants, and therefore his default state is going to be angry, with resentment, ungrateful, and unhappy. That's why like the stereotype of the son of the rich man who has like lots of money and is really insolent and stuff. On the other hand, who would be the stereotype of the most happy person? It could be a person that from nothing, having nothing, he has able to achieve everything. So being really difficult positions and situations, and despite of that, being able to deal with it, being comfortable, be able to handle with them, and then actually go to the position that he wanted to be, just by his own means. So basically, if we go to a more fundamental level, the difference between an unhappy and unhappy person is the idea that the happy person is able to do what it takes to get what he wants, despite of the obstacles, despite of his ego, despite of himself. And the unhappy person is, despite of what he wants, he's not able to, he has like his ego who is like going to itself, being like a blocker of what he wants. So he's like kind of out of control, like, yeah, he can't control anything. So the happy person, because he's willing to control things, he can control things, he can achieve what he wants, he's in control. So that's why he's happy. The person who's unhappy is out of control, and therefore he's not able to, he's just like a slave of circumstances, and therefore he's not going to, or she's not going to be happy. One of the funny things is that, like, if you're able to be in really uncomfortable situations and deal with them, then also you are able to increase your capacity of like making initially difficult situations easy and good for you. And that's probably the single most important skill that you can have. So if any situation that you can make it happy, you can make it like good for you, you can get in control, you can get what you want despite your feelings, then you can be soon in every situation that you want. And that's probably the key to have a happy life. Yeah, hope that you enjoyed this video. This video is not strictly related to language learning, but also there's some few lessons that you can learn about it and you can apply to language learning. Yeah, and I'm going to keep doing more videos and podcast episodes. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe to my podcast playlist, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you soon. Bye.